All right, Ash and Caitlin here. Let's talk about this show. It has been 4 days. We're at the very end. They're trying to kick us out.
Yes.
What's your overall impression?
It's still my I do the whole convention circuit. I do PAX West, PAX East, San Diego Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con, all of it. And PAX West has always been my favorite show. I love the culture here. Of course, my focus is video games, specifically console games, and that's all gaming is what this show is about.
Yeah.
And my feet didn't like the show at all. We're at the end of day 4, and I feel like my feet are raw hamburger meat.
Do you know how many miles you walked? Did you close circles on your...
I bet if I checked Pokemon Go, I bet I could. I didn't think about that, but it's been a lot.
17 million eggs.
Yeah, well, I should. I hope I have by this point. But I hoofed it also all over Seattle, going to various parties and dinners, and try not to take a lift everywhere because those costs add up. Mm-hmm. And but it's been a lot of fun. It's been a particularly fun PAX for me this year. Particularly busy, just because I've gotten to meet a lot of friends in the industry, catch up with them. Just I just feel like I've got a nice little place in the industry, surrounded by some people I really love, and
you get support and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
You're so popular, so hard to get a hold of, and I love it because I'm so happy for you, and I love seeing you just run ragged at these events because I know you're crushing it.
And I've been I've been busier than ever with all these different appointments for Game Explain, and I've really been able to improve my Final Cut Pro and Photoshop chops with all the stuff I've been doing this year.
Oh.
So I'm feeling pretty good about that too.
Okay.
And just it's been a good, productive show for the channel and for myself personally. So yeah.
If you need any editing backup, if you need any tips,
yes,
you come to us.
Yeah, absolutely, because I'm still like a very intermediate video editor, so...
Oh, dude, we're so pro.
Yeah.
I'm not super pro. I'm kind of pro. What was your highlight, do you think?
Man, I have to say, I went by Way Forward, up on the 6th floor. They're the developers of Shantae, the Half Genie Hero series, if you've heard of that. It's like a 2D platformer, Mega Man type thing. And their 5th game, Shantae and the Seven Sirens, is coming out soon, and it felt perfectly on point. It was amazing. But I also, of course, in terms of the bigger stuff that more people will be familiar with, I got a chance to play a new demo of Link's Awakening, the remake, which I can't talk about yet. The embargo's not up. Can't talk about what I played, but I will repeat what I said at E3. Link's Awakening is one of my favorite games of all time from my childhood. This remake seems like it's going to be on point. I'm so excited. My buddy Steve and I from Game Explain got to play the co-op mode of Luigi's Mansion 3. And, I played as Luigi, he played as Gooigi. And it's a lot. Gooigi, he's like made of this green gelatinous substance. Yeah. And it's the co-op in that game is a ton of fun.
Oh, cool.
So we got to do that. And, I just bounced around and played so many things. I did go by .emu upstairs, and I played Streets of Rage 4. Which
I love Streets of Rage.
Yes, and it's got this hand-drawn animation. It's looking fantastic. They got the original composer, Yuzo Koshiro, to do the soundtrack, along with a few other game music luminaries. So that'll be a lot of fun. There's some stuff to look forward to here.
I did some VR.
Okay.
I played Until You Fall. You're a knight, but it's in a future dystopian neon retro world.
Okay.
And it's awesome.
That sounds cool already.
It's sword fighting that doesn't make you nauseous in VR.
Oh, right.
So you use joysticks to jolt forward, and then zombies come attack you, and you dual wield, and you follow the prompts in kind of a Beat Saber way, but also you position the weapon to attack and defend.
And I will say another highlight, surprisingly for me, was Avengers. The Square Enix's, more I should say Crystal Dynamics' Marvel's Avengers game. Okay. Because at E3, I saw a behind closed doors demo of it, and we were all summarily unimpressed. It was looking really average and kind of janky, and that was kind of the general sentiment, across the board. Mm-hmm. And then we got to play hands-on with it this time, and it's still definitely, it's pre-alpha. It's drop frames everywhere. It's stuttery a lot, but they got a lot of time to go to develop it. Yeah. But the gameplay itself, I thought, felt pretty good. You start as Thor and you're whipping around Mjolnir, and he feels weighty. He feels like he should. Yeah, and then you get like Black Widow later, and she feels badass. Like they all feel good in the ways that they should, with the possible exception of Iron Man. His shots, I feel like, don't feel as powerful as they don't feel quite as. But
it's like, pew, 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 pew.
But they got nearly a year of development to go still, and it's honestly, I was expecting to go and be like, I don't want to do this, but it was fun. And Square Enix, they were the only appointment we went to where they had food and water and stuff. They're like, hey, grab a plate.
No one brought you water.
Yeah,
I would have had you on that.
I know, and so I'm sure. Hey, maybe they were even like, well, we know we're already like, we got to try to impress people. So maybe if we feed and water them, they'll be happier about. Now that's not what influenced me.
People need to eat and
yes,
drink.
Exactly. So of course, now I'm a legit journalist. I would never be colored by such things. But it was nice to have a little bite to eat while I was eating. So that was a nice surprise highlight for me. And I think the other highlight was just, again, the culture. This is one of the kindest, most inclusive, most diverse shows you can ever go to.
Especially with so many people here, and no one's bowling each other over. Everyone is very chill. I was really impressed by that. As long as the lines were and everything, people were surprisingly patient. It was overall a really good experience. Waiting in line and everything, everyone was super friendly. Had a really crazy conversation with a random person, and it was just like best buddies. Everyone's best buddies.
Right, and it's like this is the kind of place where you can go up to the 6th floor and you pass through a diversity lounge, and like no other shows have that. And it's like you have a place of inclusivity for people of every walk of life. Doesn't matter, and that is so important to me personally, and I love that this show's culture reflects that. And that's one of the reasons I continue loving PAX, even if I have to work it. My feet are killing me. I love being here because people are here to have fun and accept each other and just, we're all here to play games, and games are for everyone.
And PAX gets that. Together.
Exactly. Oh, I think that's the Saved by the Bell, right?
That's last call. We got to get going. I hope we get to do this again. Let's do it next year.
Absolutely. Maybe even New York Comic Con if we find out we're going. Who knows?
Oh, sweet. All right.
Maybe.
Want to go get some ramen?
Hell yeah.
All right. Let's
do it. All right. Good times.
Best show outro ever.